Lions News Fan Report. Kevin Zeitler, the experienced guard for the Detroit Lions, has been a cornerstone of the team's offensive line in recent years. However, with the 2025 offseason approaching and the prospect of a possible move in free agency, Zeitler's future with the team is under heavy speculation. Could this be the end of his time with the Detroit Lions? Or will he continue to protect Jared Goff and perhaps lead the team's offensive line for another season? The situation is far from settled, but what is certain is that Zeitler's decision will have a significant impact on both his career and the direction the franchise takes. If you've been following the Detroit Lions' moves during the offseason, you know that the future of the offensive line is one of the team's biggest concerns. The offensive line in 2024 was one of the pillars of the team's success, providing crucial protection for quarterback Jared Goff and opening lanes for the running game. But as free agency draws closer, there is growing uncertainty about what will happen with Kevin Zeitler. At 34 years old, Zeitler is nearing the end of his career, and while he demonstrated impressive form last season, factors like salary cap, age, and the team's priorities will undoubtedly play a role in whether he stays or goes. In recent years, Zeitler has stood out for his consistency and ability to lead an offensive line. His arrival in Detroit brought a new dynamic to the team, and he proved to be not just a good player, but a leader, someone capable of mentoring younger players and being a rock on a line that needed stability. In 2024, Zeitler had an impressive performance, playing all 16 games of the season. He was the starting right guard, and his numbers speak for themselves. He allowed just 4 sacks and 18 pressures on the quarterback over 577 pass-blocking snaps, which is remarkable given the demands of today's NFL. His 87.2 run-blocking grade placed him among the top 3 guards in the league, making him an essential piece in the Lions' offensive protection. However, Zeitler's reality is that he's getting older. While he's still an elite player, his age is becoming a key factor in determining his future. The NFL is a fast-moving league, and teams are always looking for a balance between experience and youth. The Lions, like many other franchises, are faced with the challenge of keeping a competitive offensive line while managing the salary cap. In a season where Detroit made the playoffs and showed they're on an upward trajectory, keeping Zeitler, though desirable, might not be a top priority, especially considering the team's financial constraints. Speculation about Zeitler leaving began to gain traction when reporters like Cole Noble of A to Z Sports projected that the 34-year-old player would leave Detroit and head to the Chicago Bears. Noble suggested that Zeitler could sign a 2-year contract worth $15 million, with a $3 million signing bonus. This sparked a flurry of rumors about how Zeitler's departure would impact the Lions' offensive line and how the Bears might benefit from such a move. And looking at the Bears' situation, the potential signing of Zeitler makes perfect sense. The Chicago Bears have an offensive line that needs substantial improvement, especially when it comes to protecting a young and promising quarterback like Caleb Williams, who is expected to be one of the top picks in the 2025 draft. If the Bears truly want to give Williams the best chance for success, reinforcing the offensive line is a critical step. While the Bears already have some salary cap space, over $79 million, it would be a smart move for them to add an experienced veteran like Zeitler to immediately bolster the line. Furthermore, Zeitler's familiarity with the Bears' offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, could be a significant factor. Johnson, who previously worked with Zeitler in Detroit, knows exactly what the player is capable of and what he could bring to the team. This relationship could weigh heavily in Zeitler's decision, particularly if he is considering a team that already understands his strengths and what he offers in terms of leadership and stability. For the Bears, this signing makes total sense. They need a player who already understands the demands of the NFL and who can take on a leadership role while being competent in every phase of offensive line play. But why would Zeitler consider leaving Detroit? While the Lions had a strong 2024 season, there are several reasons that could drive the player to seek new challenges. The first reason is financial. With potential salary cap constraints, the Lions may not be able to offer Zeitler the kind of contract he could secure elsewhere, like with the Bears, where he would be a key part of the offensive line. Additionally, as a veteran player, Zeitler may be looking for a longer contract or a team with a more immediate championship window, something he may not find in Detroit, which is still in the process of building a top-tier team. Moreover, Zeitler may be driven by the desire to achieve a championship. His longevity in the NFL certainly fuels the wish for ultimate success, a Super Bowl ring. While the Lions have shown impressive growth, there are still questions about whether Detroit will be a consistent title contender in the near future. For a player of his experience, a team with a more advanced process might be a more attractive option. On the other hand, if the Lions manage to keep Zeitler, it would be a major win. The offensive line was one of the team's strongest assets in 2024, and retaining key players like Zeitler would ensure that Detroit continues to shine in that department. Additionally, with Zeitler's leadership, the Lions could continue developing their young offensive line prospects, giving them a solid foundation to grow. and adapt to the demands of the NFL, Zeitler's presence would also be vital to maintaining the balance between experience and youth on the offensive line, something that could be crucial to the team's continued success. Another factor to consider is Zeitler's desire for job security in the final years of his career. As he nears the twilight of his playing days, Zeitler may be more focused on finding a situation where he can finish his career with a sense of accomplishment and stability. A move to a team like the Bears, who are in the process of rebuilding, but have substantial financial resources and clear intentions of strengthening their roster, could provide him with that security. Additionally, the chance to reunite with Ben Johnson could bring a sense of continuity and a comfortable fit, which could play a huge role in his decision-making. Zeitler could also be motivated by the opportunity to play a larger role in a new system. While the Lions have a solid offensive line, there may be a possibility that Zeitler seeks to assert himself even further in a different scheme that values his skill set. A fresh start with a new team could present him with the chance to rejuvenate his career in a setting where his leadership and experience would be more prominently needed, making him a foundational piece in that team's growth. For a veteran like Zeitler, playing an integral role in the development of a young team could serve as an ideal conclusion to his career. The question of Zeitler's future is undoubtedly intertwined with the Lions' long-term vision. Detroit is a team on the rise, but the front office must make calculated moves to ensure they continue to progress. Time will tell whether Zeitler's departure is the necessary move for the team's salary cap flexibility, or if keeping him around for another year or two will provide the stability they need. With the NFC North becoming more competitive, ensuring the offensive line remains intact whether through Zeitler or another player will be crucial to keeping Detroit in the playoff picture. So, what's next for Kevin Zeitler and the Detroit Lions? The answer to that question will likely unfold in the coming months as negotiations heat up. But in the meantime, Lions fans should stay tuned to how this situation plays out, as Zeitler's decision could shape the future of the team's offensive line and, consequently, Detroit's success in the 2025 season. What do you think? Will Kevin Zeitler stay in Detroit, or will he move to Chicago to close out his career with one final opportunity? Leave your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exclusive content about the Detroit Lions. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, follow our channel, Lions News Fan Report. We bring you all the latest updates on the team, trades, and everything you need to know to stay on top of the future of the Detroit Lions.